Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Newtopia Now Exhibitor Success webinar. We're so happy to see our exhibitors joining us. So we have an amazing panel today, and we're going to cover a lot of great information about exhibiting and how to really show up at Newtopia and take the most advantage from the show. We want to ensure everybody has a great show and gets the most out of it as possible. So we'll do some introductions here of the team that's on the call. My name is Katie Goulding, and I'm the sales director for Newtopia, my third Newtopia show. So very excited. And then I'll hand it over to Kevin to introduce himself.
Yeah, hey everybody, I'm Kevin Labrock. I'm the director for Beacon Discovery, our year-round discovery platform. You all get placement on Beacon as part of exhibiting at the show. And as a result of that, you get a profile, brand profile, and you're able to show off your product and your brand year-round to all of our buyers and all the people who come to Beacon. And I'll pass it over to Ashley.
Hi everyone, Ashley Brand, event manager for Newtopia. This will also be my third year. I'm really excited. The team has put together a really great program for this year, so I'm excited for everyone to be able to see it. I'll be covering some details about the market and some of our community experiences. And I'm going to pass it over to Adia.
Thank you, Ashley. Hello, everyone. Very nice to see you all. I'm Adya. I'm the Senior Project Manager for Newtopia, working on the mobile app side of things. And I'll be going over how you can set up your meetings, how you can log into your platform, set up your exhibitor profile as much as possible so it's easier for attendees to find you. And yeah, if you have any questions about the mobile app, I'm your person. But yeah, I'll pass it over to Robert Decker.
Hello, my name is Robert Decker. I am the Senior Client Services Manager working on Newtopia. And for this presentation, I'll be going over some of the tabletop and booth inclusions. And I'm sure at the end of the presentation, my team's email will be shared, and you can reach out for any logistics questions, particularly as it pertains to the event. And oh no, the panelists have disappeared. I think I'll pass it over to Catherine.
Great. Thanks, Robert. I am Catherine Peters. I lead industry relations for Spins, and so excited that all of you are going to be at Newtopia. This is my third Newtopia now as well. And we're going to spend a little bit of time talking all about how to get the best investment out of your business. Decision to be at Newtopia now, because we know it's an exciting time for you and your brand. So looking forward to that. Katie, I think back to you.
Thank you so much, Catherine, and thanks to Spins and Catherine for sponsoring this webinar. Spins is a wonderful partner for us. They power Beacon, they power our market at the show. They've been amazing partners. So thank you, Catherine. And then just jumping into our presentation here. We are excited, 3 weeks away, which is just surreal. We will be in Denver, one of our favorite places to host, both in terms of the city, the dining there, the experience, and then obviously our community, our natural products community. It's such a hub for those brands and retailers. So the event dates, as you all know, 18th through the 20th. We'll go through the schedule in detail, but on the 18th, that's your exhibitor move-in day. That's our community experiences day. There's some hosted buyer meetings on that day if you've been reached out to from the hosted buyers to schedule on Tuesday. And then we have a wonderful kickoff party on Tuesday night. I hope to see you all there. It is so much fun. There's always so much going on, and it just really is a celebration and a kickoff for the event. And then the show floor opens on Wednesday rather at 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and on Thursday from 10 to 4. So lots more detail on the schedule to come. Just talking through a little bit about Newtopia. It's a very special event. It's not your typical trade show. It's really where our retailers have been working with us to develop this show and give us their feedback. They're not just looking for what's new, they're looking for what's next. So the innovation, the trends, the new products, the new companies that are going to be at Newtopia are really exciting to the retailers. They want to meet you, they want to see your products. I do want to mention, I'm sorry, just to back up a little bit, please put your questions in the Q&A in the chat, and we will answer everybody's questions at the end. But please feel free to chime in there, and we'll make sure we cover everybody's questions. This is a look at the show floor hall. It's filling up, almost sold out. We're so excited about that. You all know the market is at the entrance here by the front of the show. This nice drive aisle. We've doubled our meetings lounge, so that's where a lot of the hosted buyer, all of the hosted buyer meetings will take place, and some of your one-to-one meetings will take place. Got the lounge on the show floor. The park, if you've been with us before, previous years, the park was elsewhere outside of the show floor. This year it's on the show floor. It'll be so much fun. All the stages, once the show floor opens, everything happens on the show floor. All the stages and content are there. And then we have some really fun new pavilions, a really nice big section from Startup CPG. It's their biggest section, a great showing from Naturally Network, some wonderful brands there. We have our first international pavilion with Apex Brazil. We have an organic pavilion too, which is so fun in our Regenerate neighborhood. And then a Cal Nutri pavilion and CPG experience pavilion. So lots of great communities within the show floor that you'll be able to meet and see. And some of the retailers that are coming, we have a fantastic list. We have such great relationships with the retailers. Our buyer acquisition team has been working really hard to bring a lot of variety of retailer to the show. So you'll see big box, you'll see independent, natural, you'll see chain grocery like Whole Foods and Sprouts attending, natural grocers, all really good partners. All really excited about coming to the show, and you'll be able to meet and see them there. And I'm going to put the next slide and part of this over to Adia, which is our most exciting part of the show, in my opinion, how to make meetings. Adia, I'll put it over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Katie. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because it's just easy to show and tell. Okay. So let me know once you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay, great, perfect. Like Katie mentioned, very excited to share with you all the Newtopia Now 2026 event platform. We also have an app for this. You all would have received an email to log into your app and set up your profile. If you don't know what the mobile app is, it's basically Newtopia Now. So if you search for it in your app store, you can find it. And if you want to set things up on your desktop, it's a pretty simple link, which is app.newtopia.com. You would have also received emails going to this platform on how you can update your profiles and set up meetings. So I'm going to go ahead showing you the things that it has. You can see all the buttons and everything that you need to know about the show available here. Some things might keep changing. There are links that we are swapping in and out to make sure we give you the most up-to-date information. So you might see things changing on the app, and that's all right. It's not a bug. You're an exhibitor, so you will see your companies listed here, the companies that you are a part of. So if there's someone from your team that's attending and who's not a part of the digital booth, please add them so that it's easier for them to navigate through the app when they're on the show. Okay, so I'll go over first how to go over your personal profile so that the right people can find you and you have everything that you want to show them on your profile. There are ways to do it. The best one would be here where you can see your picture and your title. And if you hit this edit button, you can see everything about your profile. Some things might be pre-populated if you have already been on the show with us. And some things you might want to change if your contact details have changed, or if you want to add more things in your About Me section, feel free to do so. But basically, your profile section is where you can see everything and plan your event accordingly. My contacts is basically the connections that you have made on the show, and I'll show you in a minute on how you can make connections, chat with people, and create meetings with them. My schedule is again something that you can manage your time. You can, if you're not available from 12 to 12:30, that's when you want to do your lunch. You can make this time slot available or unavailable depending on how you want to plan your day. And you can also see the meetings that you have scheduled or your upcoming meetings listed here. Since I haven't created any meetings yet, it won't show me, but it will show me all the times that I have available during the day. Okay, and then lastly, bookmarks is the companies that you really want to visit. And if you want to chat with them after the show or during the show, this is where you can see all your bookmarked companies. So, yeah, in a nutshell, this is everything about your profile. I'll go back to home and now I'll be talking about things that you can do in your exhibitor booth profile. So this is a new update that we have on the app where it's easier for you to see where your exhibitor center is, and you won't have to look on how you can toggle between your personal page versus your exhibitor booth page. So if I click here on the exhibitor center, it will take me to my company profile. So for example, I am Althea Farms booth member right now. So this is what I will see. Like I said, you can edit all the information that you have here. Some of these product categories you have already selected, so you won't be able to change that. But you'll see your Beacon Discovery profile here, the link that's added. You can definitely add more information with your social media, your contact details. If you haven't purchased any press releases and would like to, feel free to do that. And you can also add any documents and links that you would want to share with the attendees that come to the show. Right, so this is where you can manage everything related to your booth. If you want to see which team members are already a part of your booth, you can see them here. If they are already registered but not added to your digital booth, you can search for them and then get them added to the booth here. So they will also see the event and exhibitor toggle. Basically, they'll become a part of your digital booth. Um, all right, and then lastly, very important, when people come to these shows, they sometimes book meetings with the brand itself rather than a particular individual. So this is where you manage meetings with the brand. So for example, if I am coming to the show, but someone reached out to Althea Farms to set up a meeting, I won't see it on my personal profile. I will see it here in the company profile. So make sure you also take a look here when you're managing your meetings and your day, and you can assign which team member can take the meetings for the booth. Okay. All right. So I have covered personal profile and I have covered company profile. Now I'll go over to things which Newtopia now is about, which is connections and meetings. So how do I do that? Just to give you an example, I can go to the attendee list. There are various filters you can choose from. For example, if I want to meet someone in the food service, I have some people that are recommended here. I can click on their profile. If I hit on this connect button, it will prompt me to send some message before I connect with them. You can tell something about yourself. Why do you want to connect? And then hit the connection request button, and then they get added as your contact, which you can see in your personal profile. If you also want to set up a meeting with them, it is only possible if you are connected with them, then you can set up a meeting with them. So, yes, because I don't have a connection request with them, I cannot set up a meeting. So I'm gonna go to my contacts and try to set up meeting with this person. Uh, as you can see, it shows me all the dates and times that are available to both of us. For example, I select 10:30 a.m. and then I can select my booth location as the location where I want to meet, send a short description. Hi, I would like to meet you. And then you just send the meeting request. Once this meeting request has been sent, you can also see under my schedule that you have a meeting with Exhibitor App Support or any other exhibitor as pending. Once this person confirms the meeting, it will show up as confirmed meetings. So this is how you manage your meetings and make sure you also see if it is confirmed or not, because if the other party has not confirmed it, it means that they either have not seen it or they are not aware that this meeting has taken place. The way you can see all your pending meetings is also under notifications. So you can see that I have some meeting requests that are pending. Make sure you go through your notification panel as well to check everything that's pending for connections and meetings. Yeah, and this is all you need to have a successful show, which lets you connect with the right people. And hope this helps. I will stop sharing and give it back to Katie, but I'm open to any questions if you have.
Thank you, Adia. Assuming everybody can see my screen again, I'll put it over to Robert.
Hello. All right, so the image is a little cut off, but I'll just go over the information on the booth packages. So at a glance, you're going to get a either 5 by 10, 10 by 10, or 10 by 20 booth package. Next up on the next slide is the tabletop package. So we'll go over that separately. The booth package is basically a shell scheme as well as some included furniture and a podium. With that shell scheme, walls and sidewalls are not removable. No items can be taller than 4 feet in the front half of the booth space, and then no items can be taller than 8'3" in the back half of the booth space. You are allowed to bring your own back wall as long as it fits within the given measurements. It's not exactly 10 feet wide. Within the exhibitor service kit, which the link will be shared at the end of this presentation, you'll find the very specific sizing requirements of the package itself. You are allowed to bring or purchase additional items as long as it fits within those given measurements. Also, within the exhibitor service kit, there is a rental and shipping information section. And you're also not allowed to have any hanging signs. You're not allowed to have any signs hanging from the shell itself, nor hanging from the ceiling directly. If you go to the next slide, we will see the tabletop package. And just a second here. So with that, it's going to include a 6-foot wide white skirted counter and one padded stool. The display space is both kind of under and on top of the table. So the display space cannot extend beyond 6 foot wide and 2 feet deep. On top of the table, you can have 3 feet of product and displays. You're also allowed a banner or pull-up display as long as it fits behind your table. So the maximum width of that is going to be 2 feet, can't exceed 8 feet tall. And because the table is 42 inches tall, the bottom half of it is not going to be seen. Banners can hang from your table, or you could bring your own replacement tabletop if white isn't your preferred color. And the tabletop package is going to include 2 staff badges plus your primary contact, which brings it up to a total of 3. For the standard booth packages, a 5 by 10 package will get you 3 badges plus 1 primary, so 4 total. A 10 by 10 is 4 plus 1 primary, and then a 10 by 20, if any of you have that, is going to be 8 plus 1 primary.
All right. Give you a little bit of background on Beacon as you guys get ready for the show. Just a heads up on Beacon right now, we're actually updating our platform. So if you go on there and you're seeing like the back or the side of your products, we're working on a fix right now to make sure that the fronts of all the products are showing. And we're going to be taking care of that this week. So if you already have your products on Beacon and the image isn't quite right, just know that we're fixing that right now. If you don't have your products on Beacon, make sure that you're in touch with our audience success team, and they'll help you with anything you need to get your product listed on here. So as I said a little bit about before, Beacon's our year-round discovery platform. so that your presence at our shows lives on throughout the year. And Beacon is pretty much exclusive to just people, brands who have attended Expo West or Newtopia. So it's a really cool catalog of products that a lot of buyers actually use all year round. So we have buyers from 2,000 retail stores, including those big names you see up on top here, that are using Beacon all throughout the year to plan for their category resets. They also favorite items to help plan their show. So we encourage buyers to be getting on Beacon starting now to start planning how they're gonna visit brands during the show. And we've actually seen that when your brand is on Beacon, your products are on Beacon, you're more likely to have buyers actually follow through and come to your booth to come and check out those products. Beacon is included in your booth, so make sure you take advantage of that. And this is also what feeds the hosted buyer program and the meetings as well. Um, one cool thing about Beacon is we actually are connected with Spins to power some retail data that comes into the platform. And for me personally, as a brand that attended these shows, working with Spins was really helpful for me. When I was first starting out, like bringing a product to market, I worked with Spins to get some data before the show and have something that I could point to when I was meeting with a buyer and they were wondering like how my product was doing in stores. So that's one of the amazing things Spins does. We have Catherine Peters from Spins here to tell you a little bit more about how Spins can help you be prepared for the show.
Thanks, Kevin. So, like all of you on the call, we are exhibitors too. So we are following the show preparation that we've put some tips here we hope that you all can use, and especially hearing all these great resources by being exhibitors at Newtopia now that you're hearing in this hour, like make sure you really use those to your fullest. And we've put 10 tips here, but I'm not going to walk through every one of these individually. But as you think about your path, we both in New Hope, Informa, the Newtopia Now team, and Spend want you to absolutely get the very most from your time in Denver. And we really want to make sure you use, start now, start hustling now to get ready for the show, since it is only about 3 weeks away. If you looked at the system that Audio is walking you through, make sure you're really looking to see who's going to be there at the show. Build those appointments, build those connections, use LinkedIn as well as the show meeting scheduler. Think specifically about where the best places are for your product. Think about what your goals are for there. Are you trying to purely get new distribution on shelves while you're there? Are you thinking about, wow, I'm a new brand, I need to find a broker or sales agency to help me? Do I want to try to make some funding connections? Like really think through those things and be very intentional about how you approach your pre-show prep. As Kevin mentioned, use data. You want to really pair both your qualitative story with your quantitative. Talk about what makes you unique and different. Make sure you're putting those things on Beacon, by the way, so you can be discovered. And then also, whether it's the data points that you'll find on Beacon or whether it's from Spins, go on our website, www.spins.com. There's all kinds of thought leadership there that has great industry sales metrics that could be some quantitative data points that support your story. But work hard starting now as if you're already at the show, because what you prepare going in is really going to help you while you're there. And then once you're there, make sure you're being really effective and efficient with your time. Go to every event you can. Don't say, oh, I'm so tired from being on my feet and talking all day. I can't imagine going to another reception. Go to every event, because you never know where you're going to meet people, where you're going to get these great opportunities. And be really positive and open. Sometimes someone might walk up to your booth and you feel like they're actually being really negative because they're challenging you on things. And be open and listen, and you may find that you have a breakthrough either based on something you learned from that individual's feedback, or the two of you may come up with a really creative business opportunity together. You just never know. I have certainly found in my decades, which is hard to say now in the industry, that like some of my biggest surprises like come from this scenario, or biggest opportunities come from these surprising windows that didn't start like I expected them to. So while you're at the show, really be thoughtful and efficient and effective with your time. And then, and particularly think about your trade budget in advance. I know many of you have taken every dollar to get your product in manufacturing, get it ready to put to the shelf. And you're investing in Newtopia, so make sure that you're ready to support trade spending, because as you can see in my tip 6, one of the statistics, we see brands in their early phase do sell a higher percentage of their business on promotion, because you have to get trial. Products are amazing. We have so many amazing founders that have really unique, extraordinary products, but you got to get them in customers' hands. You got to get them to buy them. So be thinking intentionally about your trade budget in advance. Because again, you don't want to put all this money to coming into Denver and getting your booth and everything and getting on Beacon, and then all of a sudden you get to shelf and your product doesn't sell as you anticipate it will be, or a retailer expects you to have an introductory promotion that you haven't built into your plan. And then finally, as I said, follow up. Your after the show is just as important as your pre-show prep. And so hustle on that front. I mean, hustle is probably just a great word for where many of you are in the stage of your building of your brand. And it really makes all the difference in the world. So consider the show to be all three, the prep, the actual show, and all the follow-up, so that you're really confident you're gonna get the ROI. And again, feel free to use spins. Don't hesitate to reach out to us if you want to talk about something more customized for you, but there's a tremendous amount of information between either our website, as I said, or you can find a lot of sound bites, as Kevin spoke about, on Beacon too, as you're checking where your product is highlighted there. And stop by the Spins booth. Certainly, we're doing all this same prep ourselves now, and stop by our booth, say hello while you're in Denver, or one of our folks may stop by and say hi also. Thanks, and good luck to everyone. I know you're gonna do amazing.
Great. I will talk about the market now. The market is, as soon as you walk on the show floor, it's the first thing that everyone will see. This is where every Newtopia Now exhibitor has the opportunity to feature one product in the market. Typically, this is your flagship product. If it is frozen or refrigerated, you could just bring the packaging. That's okay. We do try to tape down everything so people don't take it. But if it's anything of value or whatnot, I would just bring the packaging if you can. The drop-off for this is on Tuesday between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. If you cannot make that time, please let customers or client services know immediately, just so we can plan accordingly. We will allow you to drop off on Wednesday morning, but just keep in mind, this needs to be done first thing Wednesday morning, because we do have the buyer only hour from 9 to 10 on Wednesday. So we want everything to be set up and ready to go for that. So if you can drop it off on Tuesday between 8 and 5, that is preferred. Next slide, please. Great. And then just want to talk about the experiences. So just overall, Newtopia was designed to be intimate, and we've purposely incorporated a lot of opportunities to create those organic connections on and off the show floor. So we really highly encourage exhibitors to take advantage of these opportunities. I mentioned this in the chat, but you can register for these experiences through the exhibitor console or through a link in your email confirmation. So starting on Tuesday, we have the Denver Botanic Gardens tour. If you've never been to Denver or been to this venue, it is a world-class attraction. It is breathtakingly beautiful. I was just there on Sunday, and it's amazing. This is in partnership with APA, the American Herbal Products Association. So you will have the opportunity to go around with an herbalist and do a tour, or you can do a self-guided tour, and then we'll have a nice reception afterwards so everybody can network. Then we move into our Women in CPG. This is a very popular event. It sells out every year. This is a powerful gathering designed to celebrate and uplift female leaders, entrepreneurs, and change makers in the CPG industry. This event provides a dynamic space for mentorship, inspiration, and connection, fostering a strong community of women and allies shaping the future of CPG. Then we have a Nutrition Capital Network event. This is in partnership with one of our sister brands, Nutrition Capital Network. Following that, we have our community funding event. This is brand new. This is a community funding workshop that will happen between 3 and 5. This is open to all Newtopia Now exhibitors and attendees. So whether you're a brand seeking capital, an inspiring entrepreneur, or simply interested in the investment landscape, this interactive funding workshop will offer valuable insights into natural products industry funding. So they'll have an interactive Q&A with investors and funded brands, funding strategy breakdowns and best practices, pitch preparation guidance and tips, which I know is a big one, networking opportunities with investors, brands, and industry professionals, and they'll also have real-world case studies and success stories. And then that night, we have our neighborhood networking night, which we have already mentioned. This is our big party. We're going to go all out. This is a really great opportunity to just kick off the week and start making those connections. And then we have the Rockies game. This is first the LA Dodgers at Coors Field. And fun fact, if you go to Coors Field, they actually have a section that will be a full mile high, and that's a fun place to take selfies. And then we move into Wednesday. So we have our first timer breakfast from 8:30 to 9:30. This is a really great opportunity to meet with industry experts and those in the CPG industry that have been around for a long time. You can ask them any and all questions and get advice. Then we have, as I mentioned, the buyer tour in the market. This is the market only, not the show floor. That is from 9 to 10, and then the show floor will open at 10 a.m. and will close at 5. We'll have lots of content throughout the day. We have our one-on-one meetings lounge and hosted buyer lounge open for meetings from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then that night we close with our dine rounds, which are invitation only. If you have any questions, please reach out to our team. We'd be happy to get you some answers. Then on Thursday, we invite you to join us for the Mile High Movement, which starts at 7:30 to 8:30. This is a really great way to just move your body. We'll have it outside. Colorado is beautiful. We don't really have a lot of humidity, so it's just a great way to start your day. Then the Expo floor will be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Lots of content. The buyer meetings, those will be open from 11 to 4 again. And then we close out the event with the Startup CPG Founder Dinner from 6 to 8, and this is open to attending retailers and exhibiting brands. So thank you.
Thanks, Ashley. And just a reminder to sign up for those, go back into registration. You can add them there. The only thing that does not require registration is our kickoff party on Tuesday night, our neighborhood networking party. Everything else you do need to register for, but definitely attend. I would say our lunch party and the founder dinner at the end of the show, super fun events, and to Catherine's point, like really give you a chance to network and meet people, and that's really the beauty of Newtopia. So I just wanted to touch a little bit on some of our content. Our amazing content team has been working really hard to bring some really valuable insights and industry leadership and just some thought leadership that's just unparalleled. So we're super excited. We've got Giada De Laurentiis and Gabby Reese doing keynotes. Dee Charlemagne is doing our Regenerate talk about navigating growth in the retailer and founder through the retailer and founder lens. We have buyer side chats brought back, which has been super popular. Whole Foods, Fresh Market, Misfits Market, Ulta Beauty, Infra are all participating in buyer side chats. We have trends snapshots. From the Glow stage, we'll be talking about the growing industry and trends around beauty and wellness, in addition to everything else. But once the show opens up, the content is on the show floor. We're really excited to have Scott Dicker doing bringing his experts and insights with how to use your data to get on shelf talk from spins. So very excited about that. And Newtopia is a really special show. I just want to reemphasize, like, it's not like other trade shows. You know, you bring all that prep, again, Catherine was talking about, you bring it to the show, you work on those buyer meetings, and then, you know, the magic happens when you get to Denver. A few links here that are helpful. Your exhibitor checklist will get you started if you haven't. We'll give you a nice, like, place with all the links. The exhibitor console is really the hub for where you register for badges, register for the events, the community events you want to sign up for. It has your ESK, the exhibitor service kit, everything that Robert shared. All of that details in that exhibitor service kit. And then there's a couple references here around the tabletop packages, the usable space, the floor plan. All those links are in the in on this page and then through your console. And with that, we can't wait to see it in Newtopia. Now, I know the chat has just been very busy, so I'll get my colleagues to help me kind of start talking through them. If I miss something, everybody help me out. Um, I think you got the question answered about how many brands attend the show. It's about 400 and growing. The recording will be shared with the slides. Absolutely. We'll give you all our contact info too. I think we covered registration for all the events. The only one that doesn't require a registration is the neighborhood networking night, and then the dine around is VIP only. You'd be invited. Let's see. Question for Robert Decker about the roll-ups for the space.
Sorry about that. So for the roll-ups, that does depend. So if you've got just a tabletop package, then you really are just limited to a roll-up. That's it. But if you've got a 5 by 10, 10 by 10, 10 by 20, we do recommend either ordering the custom back wall through GES on the exhibitor service kit. That's the general contractor for the event. They will print your graphic on your back wall for you, and that's just kind of a one-stop shop. Otherwise, yeah, having a couple of pull-up banners or a nice, say, 9 foot wide pop-up banner, that's a pretty good option. We see a lot of exhibitors do that.
Fantastic. I think that answers the question about aside from the vertical banner, do you recommend to bring a back panel? Okay. Any standalone that fits in your footprint will work. I see Adia's been answering the app questions. Robert, can you talk through registering the badges and how the primary badge works?
Yes. So, if once you log into the exhibitor console for the first time, if you click on register exhibitor badges, you're going to immediately be prompted with a question about registering for the primary contact. That is the only time that you as an exhibitor are able to actually register the primary contact on your own. So if something went wrong, if you missed that, if you click no instead of yes, that's going to need to be something that you would need to reach out to my team. And I've provided that email in a couple of chats, but it's just client SVC Newtopia at informa.com, and that'll be linked a couple of times. So yeah, if anything has gone wrong and you didn't get the primary contact badge, just email my team and we'll be able to add it for you.
Thanks, Robert. There's a few questions here about the app and how, as more attendees and buyers get loaded into the app. It is something you should be checking now that it's open. Check back on that regularly, send out multiple invites. Catherine's tip about going to LinkedIn has just been my magic sauce for connecting with people. So you send them a note and say, I connected with you on the app. Looking forward to meeting you. Let's set a time. I reached out on the app. Like find them on LinkedIn. We're all in sales. We all know it takes multiple touch points to get in front of people. But yeah, keep checking back. There'll be more and more attendees as we get closer to the show.
Can I chime in here a little bit? So, the
Please.
reason some of you might be seeing fewer attendees on the attendee list is if your profile is hidden on the app, it means that any other profiles that are hidden, you won't be able to see those. So, in the attendee button, at the bottom left, you would see your profile visibility. Make sure it's toggled on so that you can see everyone. So that could be one of the reason why you're seeing fewer attendees on the list.
Great. Thanks, Adia. Another one for you, Robert. There's a question about can we bring, I see you're answering, but let's say it out
Yeah, I'll
loud
just
for
answer that.
everybody.
Yeah.
Can we, yeah,
Yeah, so the question was, yeah, can you bring everything for the event with us on Tuesday, or should we ship it beforehand? You can do either. I recommend shipping. There is going to be a fee specifically associated with shipping. It's a material handling fee, and it's priced per pound. Um, and if you were to hand carry, just, I mean, literally within your hands, carry your setup into the building, that's just going to be free. So if you had a pretty simple setup, you can bring it in directly on the day that you arrive. But if it's going to be a little bit more complex, I would recommend shipping ahead of time. There is an advanced warehouse time slot, which actually should be open now. And there's also a direct shipping time slot. They go to different locations. It costs the same, so you don't have to worry about that. Um, if you are shipping, I recommend shipping advance as well.
great. Thank you, Robert. Lots of questions about the press releases too. And I'll mention that both an add-on press release and a second SKU in the market are upgrade opportunities. You can reach out to my team about myself. I put the my email in the chat for people that are looking for that information. Happy to help you with that. As far as the press release audio, that lives in the app. It will be something that you as the brand will upload. When will they be able to see their press release, Adia?
Yeah, we're just working on collecting a few more press releases before we open up the button, but that's coming up soon. Yeah, that's just coming up
Great.
soon.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. We roll everything out in a very strategic manner to get maximum eyeballs on it. So sounds good. There was a question about the pitch competition. If you're asking about the Glow pitch, those applications have closed. We shared Robert's team's email in the chat, the client services at Newtopia. Kevin, can you share your audience success email
Yeah, let
as
me
well?
drop that in.
Thank you. You can reach out to those teams. They're very responsive. They'll get you an answer. They have all the technical know-how, so they can get you a quick solution. Client services covers kind of more of a broad array of questions. So if you have booth questions, operations questions, registration questions, they can help you or get you to the right person. I see the question about the results for the Glow competition. Let me follow up with you, Alejandra. It should be soon, within the next couple weeks, but if you'd like a specific date, I can let you know. Question about the tasting bar. Where is it on the floor plan? So once you go through our entrance and you take a left into our market, straight ahead, take a left in the market, the tasting bar is right there, at the very front of the show. Let's see. I see a question specific to Beacon, so please reach out to that audience success team. Uh, Kevin, a service provider, having some account related questions for Beacon.
That Ekta asking for the beacon link in the profile. Um, Missing step to register. Took a tour around my profile and couldn't see the beacon link. Not sure. Depending on what profile you're looking on, if it's in Beacon, you might not be able to see a link to your service provider profile from your profile in Beacon, but you can search on Beacon to find your service provider profile on the platform. And also can email me or that audience success team, and we can help you out with that too.
Thanks, Kevin. There is a question here about what is the tasting bar. So this is a sponsored area in the market. It is an area that we've set up that is interactive with the audience walking through the market, where it's sampling happening. We staff that area, so it's a really nice secondary sampling opportunity that we have, but it is a sponsorship opportunity. So it's part of the booth packages for some of our brands that are participating. Anna is looking for a little bit more information about the attendees. Anna, are you looking for like the profile of the attendees? Maybe if you could put that in chat. And then let me jump to another question, then we'll come back to that one. So Claudia, you're asking where exactly you need to register. That is your exhibitor console. If you go in there, your badges are in the console. So you click into that, you click into your console, and then there's a prompt that will say exhibitor badges, and it'll say roster, and it'll show who's been registered. Robert, anything else on that you want to add?
No, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you click on Exhibitor Console. The link will say pretty much literally click here to register your staff badges. And then there you put in, it's just first name, last name, job title, email. And then if you do want to do any of those extra sessions, you would be able to select them from that page directly as well.
Great, thank you. Another question for Adia. So Edka is looking at the Newtopia app and she thought the beacon link should be on there.
Yeah, thank you. I was just replying to that. So if you are on Beacon, then it should be on your company profile. But on the left-hand side, when you log in, that's where your exhibitor center lives. That's where you can change and update all your company information. I hope that answers your question.
Oh, and on the Newtopia app, if you click on products, that takes you
That's
to Beacon.
right.
Perfect. And then Juan is asking, what should we put in the content section? I think you're asking about the app as well, Juan, within the profile.
Yeah, so let me quickly check. I guess that's where you would add anything about your profile. But let me check where you're seeing exactly content. That would come as information. I'm not sure where you can see content section within the profile, but anywhere that says description, information, that's where you add about either yourself or the brand.
Perfect. Thank you. And then Anna, going back to your attendee question, so retailers, investors, influencers, you'll have other exhibitor attendees, obviously. So that's really the bulk of who comes. B2B, primarily retailers. And then Claudia, if you're doing the whole setup but won't be able to take part in the expo,
Um,
um,
yeah, with that one,
mhm.
if you personally, whoever needs to physically be in person at the event needs to be registered for an exhibitor badge, even if you're in the building for 10 minutes, you need to have an exhibitor badge. So if you're doing, say, just the administrative stuff back at home, you can stay the main contact. That doesn't exactly matter. But if you need access to the show floor at any point, you will need a badge.
Great. And then Nikki asked if there's going to be a list of retailers with contact information. So Nikki, we don't share the individual contact information. The way you can reach out to individual retailers is through the app. So you'll have it works like LinkedIn. So you'll send a connection, they'll say yes, and then you'll be able to see their schedule. The most direct way you can possibly connect with them. So that's it works really well. We don't publish a list other than just the retailer brand names that participate. You'll see that, but not the contact names. Another app question, Nadia, will we be able to use the app all year long after Newtopia?
Not all year long, but we do have it open for a month after the show since a lot of people don't get active on the platform, so we close it out a month later.
Great, thank you. And then another question about we've completed our registration, but our company name isn't showing up. When you try to assign badges, okay, please reach out to client services and they can look at your profile and get it fixed. Kevin, another one for you. Do we need our Beacon profile link on the Newtopia app profile?
You don't need it, but it's helpful. We should have had a push to fill those in. If they haven't filled in, we can see about doing another push for people. You could also, I think you might have the ability to edit that manually. I'm not sure, Adia. Adia, is that something that we need to fill in for them, or can they fill it in themselves?
Yeah, no, we need to fill for them. So I'll take another look for the missing profile links if there are any and make sure to update that.
Nice.
Amazing. This is the value of having the A team on this call. Just get stuff fixed. Can we do multiple standees behind the tabletop? I'll put that to you, Robert.
Yeah, so I did answer that one. Technically, it's only allowed to have just one 2 foot wide standing banner behind a tabletop.
Thank you. And what's the max height too on that, Robert?
8 feet.
Okay. And that's for tabletops for booth exhibitors, you can have freestanding banners that fit within that footprint, more and bigger as you like. Okay.
See a question about the booth approval form. That it should be pretty soon. We'll we'll reach out fairly soon to make sure that that is all taken care of directly.
Great. And then I think that's most of the chat questions. I see there's some in Q&A, so let me just look and see if we missed. Oh, Claudia, great question. So Kevin, is Beacon available all year long for Newtopia exhibitors and retailers?
Yes, it is, and it's one of the great things about it that people can find you on Beacon year round. So the show lives on.
Tremendous value. If you purchase that on the side, that's a $2,000 subscription. So yeah, it's really wonderful. It's built into our Newtopia packages. All right. Well, that is fantastic. Thank you very much. Maybe we could just do a quick round robin of the staff on the call here and Catherine as well. What is your favorite? What are you most looking forward to? And or what is your favorite part about Newtopia? And I will just say, I have to say the Women in CPG brunch is super fun. I love meeting the new brands that are coming that I haven't met before. I love seeing the new products the other brands are bringing. Like that's my favorite part. The energy of the show feels different the minute you walk on the show floor. That's my favorite part. So Kevin, I can see you in screen. What are you
Yeah.
looking forward
I
to?
like that at Newtopia, I get to meet a lot of the founders. It's a special show because a lot of the founders are there behind the booth talking about their product, and also a lot of times it's their first experience bringing their product out into the world, which is really fun. It's nice to be a part of that.
Awesome. How about you, Robert?
Yeah, my favorite thing, it's actually just after Newtopia, usually 2 or 3 weeks after Newtopia, I walk into my local Sprouts and I see the new for you section, and it is filled with brands and products from companies that were just at Newtopia. So that's my favorite part, really seeing that immediate success.
Love that. How about you, Adia?
Yeah, Robert stole mine. I also I love seeing those brands that I saw at Newtopia and then at my local grocery stores or like anywhere else that are like, hey, I know them. But other than that, it's also samples. Like you get to see so many people trying out different samples, and you get to see in real time the value of the products that they're bringing in. So it's just good to see that.
To,
Fantastic. Yeah, I love
to
that
add a little
answer.
to add a little color to that. So I'm in Colorado, Adia's in Canada. So really far reaching.
Yeah.
Love that. How about you, Ashley Brand?
I never know what to say this answer just because, I touch almost every area on the team, so I never want to pick a favorite. But I really do love the connections and the parties that we do plan because we can actually have a conversation, and I like to interact with the brands and actually learn their story and the background and get to have more than 2 seconds of someone's attention and really be able to connect.
It really is the best part. I agree with you. I'm changing my answer. Catherine, how about you? What are you looking forward to?
Gosh, so many good pieces already. I think mine's largely like Kevin's. I love spending times with founders and seeing how their dreams have become a reality and seeing the products and then kind of mixed with Ashley's. This it's a really quality environment where I feel like people can really share ideas. And I know I've often heard founders later say like the just the conversations they have. It's almost like you're getting your value just in consulting support, from all the different people you meet in the community. I just love meeting those founders. It's great.
Yeah, very good. It really is a wonderful community. Well, special thanks to you, Catherine, for joining us. Really loved your insights, and I think it's really valuable tips for people who may have not done a show before. It can be overwhelming. So just hearing from your perspective, and you're an exhibitor, as you said, so you feel it.
We're
You
doing the
feel the
same
setup
thing.
pain.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So Juan, I see some answers are still going, but unfortunately we are at time. Please reach out. I'll put my email in here one more time. Just shoot me a note and I will get you the answer or to the right person. Happy to help. And can't wait to see you all very soon. So thanks everybody for joining.